Good afternoon, friends. What a joy it is to be here. Thanks for having me. Breaking paradigms. Should we or should we not? Do we live within only social structure or are we looking at change? Why do you not accept change? Why don't you break paradigms? Because you fear change. You have started enjoying your comfort zone to what an extent that you fear. You fear failure, you are scared of change. I'm here to tell you, break paradigms, don't think about it. In your life, never think, can I? Just think, I can. Always have your goal very clear. Have that goal which is little higher than your capability, because otherwise there is no challenge. Every goal must have a challenge, and very often, one road does not lead to your goal. Never give up your goal. You may change the path, because the path will take you. You know, it's your GPS, whatever you call it. Sometimes you miss the road, sometimes you take a wrong turn, but it takes you to another route, but drops you at your place. Be like that. Never give up your goal, whatever address you have put in. There is no age when you can decide your goal. Decide your long-term goals and short-term goals. How can you do it? You can do it only when you're on the driver's seat. Take control over your own life. What happens very often, we give the remote control of our life to others. They will make you watch what they want to watch and not what you want to watch. So always, always, it's your life. Take control over your own life. Be on the driver's seat. Work within the social structure of the society. When you break paradigms, it is not necessary that you become a rebel. Yes, but you are going to bring in social change. Had there not been someone who had stopped widow remarriage, would have continued with widow remarriage, there are people who are working on so many systems. Otherwise, you would have still sati system. There is someone who changed it. Maybe a rebel at that time, but a change is required. What I'm going to do, in this short while, I'm going to navigate you through my own life. My life has been a game of ups and downs. I belong to a refugee family who came from Pakistan, a very, very lower middle-class family. When we came, my parents came from Pakistan, they got a small room at Dadar, and we stayed there with my 3 brothers, me, and my parents. And I did my academics right up to MA in that house. So let me tell you that don't say that I have no space, don't say I have no time, don't say there is no infrastructure. If you want to do it, you can do it. So it's for you to decide. Now let me take you, there were 4 things in my life which I will speak on today. 1 is my education, 2 is my career, 3 is that I always wanted to have more money than my salary could give, and 4th was owning a house of my own. Since I stayed in a small house, I always visualized living in a big house. It was impossible. I was a young kid. I remember I used to travel by a bus called 201 from Dadar to Goregaon, and in between there used to be a lot of bungalows, and I used to count. Oh, this bungalow will be having 4 rooms. Should I buy a house of 4 rooms? Should I buy a house of 3 rooms? And then I used to compromise with myself and say, Manju Nichani, buy a house of 3 rooms. How I was going to do it, I don't know. 2, my father was very, very keen because he didn't know English. He only knew how to sign his name, and my mother did not know any better. But they both had a dream that I go to an English medium school. Now, this was the first paradigm we broke, because English medium was not done. You have to go back to my age. I mean, you'll have to go back to, I don't know, 68 years, because that time, in my community, women were not educated, and not in an English medium school. I recollect that when I was in the first standard, my teacher gave me make sentences with. And I didn't know what it meant. I went to my mother and said, what is this? She said, I don't know. You go across, there's Mr. Kane. I went to him. He said, I have no time to make sentences with, but I have a dictionary. He had an old dictionary, the High Road Dictionary, which was 50 years old then, and imagine how many years old it is today, but it is my strongest possession till today, and I learned to make sentences with. I made my vocabulary. I used to read from age of 6 only to make my parents proud. But here I need to tell you that at the time, the other barrier that was broken, that when girls were kept behind waves, where girls were not allowed to speak, my father used to be so proud that I could speak English, that when anyone came, he used to say, Manju, recite a poem. And I very proudly used to recite. If today I can stand in front of you, my father was not a counselor, not a psychologist, a normal human being, but he gave me confidence. Very often, our parents do not give us confidence. They bring us down saying, this is not correct, do this, do that. He gave me the freedom. If that was not enough, when I reached standard 10, I took up typewriting as the 7th subject, which was not eligible for Bombay University. Life is a game of ups and downs, my friends. He gets the best who never frowns. He who takes the seesaw with the smile will find the passing days worthwhile. I was told I was not eligible for Bombay University. I went to Pune to study. Another barrier when no girls. For arts, if I was doing medicine, engineering, maybe a good reason to study. My parents did not have money, but they allowed me to study, sacrificed themselves for me to study in a hostel. And I met my guru, Revered Dada J.P. Vaswani there. He inculcated one value in me, and that value was that women should be educated, because if a man is educated, an individual is educated, but when a girl is educated, the society is educated, because children are educated, the whole family is educated, and I completed my MA from there. Now, here what happened. I did BA with economics. I wanted to be a lawyer. I saw Hindi films, and I found people arguing, and I thought, I'll be a lawyer. I told my mother, I want to be a lawyer. She said, what? You want to be in that police office? You want to be with the criminals? No, 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 our girls don't go. My desire to be a lawyer just shut there. And I did MA, but my permission was given to me a little later. So I did BA with economics. I did MA with sociology. And luckily, there was an advertisement where there was a vacancy in KC College for junior college teaching. I came here, and our principal, the founder principal, K.M. Gundani, whom I have great respect for. Now, he was a principal. I was a young girl of 22. He wouldn't look up. I told him, sir, I understand there is a vacancy here. He says, no, 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 go away. There is no vacancy. It hurt my ego. And I thought I had nothing to lose. So I just told him, your loss, sir. And the moment I told him, your loss, he said, sit down. I don't like to lose. And he asked me who I was, and the job was given. Another paradigm shift where people get jobs only when they say yes. And I told him, your loss, and I got a job. Don't do it. But I was lucky enough to get a job that way. Yes, I worked in KC College. Then there was a vacancy in Degree College. When I joined Degree College, I soon became the head of the department at the age of 26, only to realize that my BA and MA was not in the same subject, so I was again not eligible to be the head of the department. I had two choices, to quit and join corporate or continue with junior college. But my goal was set. I wanted to be on the top position in teaching, so I told them that I will do my BA again. Can you imagine that you do your MA, and after doing your MA in sociology, you do your BA in sociology, and can I share with you that even my students were appearing with me. But if you feel those kind of things come your way, obstacles will come. Now for me, I did not want to give up, therefore I continued. as what I would say, to do my BA again. I got a rank. Then there was no looking back. I became the head of the department once again. You know, when you want something, you first visualize it, then you internalize it, and then you actualize it. I had a dream of having a big house, but it was not possible. There was no money. Till one day, someone told me, why don't you take a loan? Loan? A single woman? I was not married. Again, a barrier I broke. By remaining single, I know how much it must have disappointed my family, but I wanted my independence, and I knew I could do what I want only if I was not married. Not that married women don't do what they want, but I did not want to get into shackles of marriage, so I decided to remain unmarried. I know that my mother used to cry when my second brother got engaged. She cried. She said, a younger one is engaged, and you're not getting married. And you know what? If you're ugly, the society can forgive you. But if you're not ugly, they wonder why you're not married. So I had to answer 100 times why I was not married. Friends, I visualized. I went to HDFC. And let me very proudly tell you that I was the first single woman to get a loan from HDFC at 16% interest rate. And I bought a house of my own at Borivali, a 3-room house, a 3-bedroom house, what I had always dreamt of. Now, I also wanted that, is that salary of mine enough? And being the student of Dada J.P. Vaswani, who told me honesty and integrity are rules of life, I wanted to make honest money. I wanted to work hard. How do I do it? An idea came into my head. Now, remember that I'm a Sindhi, came from a little business background. I said I can start a pre-primary school. I sold my Borivali flat, bought 2 flats at Meera Road. Now, Meera Road was a distant suburb to the extent people asked me that is there light and water supply there? And I shifted there, started 2 schools, and started a school, but let me tell you, in the beginning, not a single student came. All my dreams got shattered. I had invested 1 lakh, I had taken a loan. But one day, one student came. This is what I want to tell you. And his father told us that we will pay you only term fee and monthly fee. We will not pay you anything else. The question was, a bird in hand is worth more than 2 in the bush. First admission came, second admission came, and in the first year, we got 30 admissions, and in the second term, I took all the fees. And my friends, let me tell you, I put in so much quality effort, so much of work I put into it, that there was no looking back. I ran in 3 shifts with 300 students, known as Toddlers Academy, with the motto, for a sound start in life, and we said that well begun is half done. That logo of mine really managed to get us things. And then I started making money, which I always wanted to do, but very honestly. Always have a second alternative in your life open whenever you want to do beyond what you want to do. Now, if you want to be happy with what you have, if you want to be satisfied, then it's your choice. But if you want to do something honestly, think about the honest ways in which you can do it. So that is how I really succeeded in making money, and I valued money because I had made it with a lot of effort. Then let's come back to KC College. I became the head of the department. Very soon, I became the vice principal. But I was always a pro-teacher person, which, for a want of a better word, is known as union. Now, managements do not like pro-teachers. They always like somebody who's a yes person. Now, I was not. So I think the management also broke all paradigms, took a risk, because there's no shortcut to success. If you work hard, my dear friends, work hard, there is no shortcut to success. Put in your best, leave the rest. After putting your best, if you don't succeed, there's one lesson I want to give you, that if after putting your best you don't succeed, learn to say, never mind. Teach your children, my friends, that life has ups and downs. Life is success and failures. So teach them to accept failures
So I knew somewhere down the line that I may never become the principal. But no, my work counted. The quality of my work counted. They didn't find any fault with my work. I came from Mira Road, taking a 5:32 train in the morning, and not once I was late in 40-odd years that I worked here, and they made me the principal. I had passion, I had fire in the belly that I would make this college one of the best colleges. And believe me, I slept KC, I woke KC, I dreamt KC, and I tried to bring the change which I could, and thankfully, I succeeded in doing that. But if that was not enough, my friends, they made me the director of KC College of Management Studies, and they made me the secretary of the HSNC board, which has 17 colleges, and I did all the 3 jobs together. What did I have? 3 things. 1, you have to be a decision maker. Take your decisions. Out of 10 decisions, your 4 may be wrong, 6 may be correct, sometimes 3 may be wrong. Even if you have taken a wrong decision, learn from that experience, but take a decision. If you don't take a decision, you're only going behind. What else you need to do is to work hard as you can, and 3, time management. I think where we lack is time management. We don't give enough time. So I did that till I retired in 2017 at the age of 65, achieving what I want. So what I did was I kept my goals very clear. I had these 4 things in mind. I did all of them. So actualize, first thing is to visualize, put it so deeply that you internalize. Third thing you do is you actualize. And once you have actualized, you come to a role where you're very satisfied. At 65, I could have taken a back seat and said, look, it's enough. But I joined Sadhu Vaswani mission, and today I'm the rector pan-India of all educational institutions. So my dear friends, never, 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 never give up. Do your best, leave the rest. If for any reason you don't succeed, learn to say, never mind. This never mind you must learn to say, and be happy with yourselves. I wish all of you all the best. Thank you for having me here.